Jodi. Thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to show you a quick and creative Christmas card using a couple embossing folders and some framelits. The base of our card today is very vanilla, and it's 5.5 by 8.5 inches. And then I went ahead and took a piece of soft suede cardstock and embossed it with the large polka dot embossing folder. And then I'll just put some adhesive on the back. Whenever I emboss, I do put much more adhesive on than I normally would. Normally I just do the corners, but when I emboss I put more on just because there's less surface actually connecting with the adhesive, and I want to make sure it sticks really well on there. The next thing I have is this piece of cherry cobbler cardstock, and this is a 3-inch square, and I'm going to pull my Big Shot in here with my star framelit. So I've got my magnetic platform, cutting pad, and then I'm setting the cardstock on here. I'm going to center my star framelit, put another cutting pad on top, and then crank that through. And then I'm going to take and just pop that star out. I can use this on another project. What I'm actually going to use on the card is this part right here. So I'm going to take our new Zig Zag Embossing Folder. It's one that looks like this. So I'll set this right inside. Actually, I'm going to turn it this way so my zigzags go like that. Okay, so I'll set that in the embossing folder, and then I just need to switch out my platform and put the multi-purpose platform with both tabs open, cutting pad, and then my cardstock inside the embossing folder, and another cutting pad. And now I'll crank that through. Alright, so I'll set that aside. And now when I open the zigzag, you can see that cool pattern on the cherry cobbler cardstock. Before I attach it to our card, I want to use the Project Life corner punch, and I'm just going to stick this right in the, I want it to go right up next to these little guards on either side. So I make sure it's in that corner and just press down, and it gives a nice easy round. Okay, so the next thing I want to do, I'm going to use this like a little window and put some of this champagne glimmer paper underneath. So what I want is for this piece to set down and this to go over it like that. So I'm just kind of estimating my placement here. This piece is a 2 1/4 inch square, and because it's glimmer paper, the back of it is kind of smooth, and so the adhesive doesn't stick as well as it does with the regular cardstock. And what I mean is just that it's harder when you're using it to get it to stick on there. You just need to go a little bit slower to make sure that it attaches to that slipperier surface. So I'll center that right there, and then I'm going to take Stampin Dimensionals and put one in each corner here on the cherry cobbler layer. Oops, and we'll peel the back off on all of those. And then, like I said, this is just going to go over and kind of frame that star. So it's really cool just being raised up like that. Hopefully you can see the depth and dimension to that. Okay, now I'm going to take some soft suede ink, and this is a little scrap of vanilla that is 2.5 inches by 5/8 of an inch. And I'm going to take Peace and Joy. This is a stamp from an upcoming stamp set that's called Good Greetings. So keep your eye out for that. It will be available very soon. And then I'm going to take my little paper snips, and I'm just going to do a cut right there in the middle, and then go up from each corner to notch that. Okay, and then under the Joy, I'm going to put a dimensional, but under here where the piece is, I'm just going to use my regular adhesive. That's because when I set it on the card, this is already raised up, so if I put this over it and then raise it up here, that will be evened out there. The last thing I'm going to do for this card is pull out some of my rhinestones. I'll just pull out this partial sheet, and I'm using the darkest shade of the Cherry Cobbler Blendability. I'm going to use the smaller of the two ends, and color one of these rhinestones. So I'm just going to go all around the edges here and give it that cherry cobbler color to match the cardstock on here. Now you can just use your finger to pick it up. You can grab it with the tip of your scissor, whatever you'd like to do. And I'm just going to set it right there like that. So a very quick and creative card using some embossing folders and framelits. Thanks so much for watching. For daily creative inspiration, visit my blog or find me on Facebook at Jodi Reinert Stamps.